Let's head down to Gainesville. UF takes on Ole Miss in the Swamp, and the Gators are hoping to recreate the atmosphere that they had last week when they beat LSU in front of hundreds of top recruits, and a bunch of them are back this weekend. We'll start with five-star wide receiver Dallas Wilson. He was so impressed with the Florida Gators, he scheduled an official visit for this weekend, 2 weeks before signing day. Dallas Wilson has been committed to Oregon for well over a year now, but he's from Tampa, Florida, committed to Oregon, 3,000 miles away. How serious is this recent back and forth between Dallas Wilson and the Florida Gators?
Well, he's been committed to Oregon for nearly 2 years, and he has not taken many college visits since. There's always rumor, hey, Dallas Wilson's going to visit this weekend. Then Dallas Wilson doesn't show. So he arrives at Florida last weekend, coming back this weekend. I think it's easy to say the Gators are the biggest challenger to Oregon. Miami's still trying to poke around on Dallas Wilson as well. Still going to be a tough flip. You know, as Chad Simmons reports, Dallas Wilson expected back at Oregon next weekend. He loves the Ducks. Junior Adams, Dan Lanning, that program has poured a lot into the Dallas Wilson recruitment. It's going to be a tough flip, but he's keeping Florida very warm here at the end of his process.
All right, speaking of five-star wide receivers, what do you think the chances are we see Jaime Ffrench back in Gainesville this weekend?
Well, our colleagues Justin Wells and Eric Nalen at the Texas website are expecting him in Austin this weekend. I know Florida has been trying to get him back for a second straight weekend in Gainesville, but the news on the street is that he will be at Texas. That's not going to slow Florida's charge in trying to close Jaime Ffrench down the stretch here. The opportunity to play with DJ Lagway being inside an electric swamp last weekend was exciting. Had great meetings with the staff. The trajectory of this program now with a lot of young players. His current quarterback, Tramel Jones, is committed and excited to come in there and push DJ Lagway. There's been some good dialogue with Florida and Jaime Ffrench down the stretch, but I had Tramel Jones predicted to Florida. I had Stephon Shivers predicted to Florida. Daniel Pierre-Louis predicted to Florida, and still not quite ready to put in that prediction and say Jaime Ffrench is going to jump in with Florida, but he's definitely keeping the Gators warm.
All right, Florida has just been ravishing Florida State's commit list, and now there's another target that's in Florida's sights. That's running back Byron Lewis. He announced yesterday that he's going to take a weekend visit to Gainesville to check out UF, and it's an official visit. Now, Byron Lewis committed to FSU during the season, so not that long ago, but what are you hearing on where things stand between him and the Seminoles and him and the Gators?
Well, much was made of the huge recruiting weekend that Florida had last Saturday with all the blue chippers and top targets on campus. Byron was there as well and just went under the radar, but he had such a fantastic time. He told me he wants to bring his parents back for another look. Talked to a source with knowledge of the recruitment. They said it's 50-50 on if he flips or not. And Byron added he's hearing from several other schools besides Florida and Florida State, but this opportunity from Florida is one that has his attention. So this is a big visit this weekend for the Gators, and I could see him playing his college football inside the swamp.
Wow, we'll see what happens there. Now, Javian Hilson, the edge who decommitted from FSU in early September, he's kind of been quiet with his recruitment. Early on, right after that decommit, it seemed like he was on college campuses left and right, but what's the latest on Hilson, and will he be in Gainesville this weekend?
This has been such a fluid recruitment, obviously. Been committed to Alabama, been committed to Florida State. Then you have all the Texas buzz. Texas A&M makes a move when they had him on campus earlier this season. Then my man's visited Pitt and Syracuse here most recently. So he's made the rounds. He's got a lot of schools on his mind that he's keeping warm. This is Florida's opportunity to present what they can offer him on the field and off the field. I think it's a big visit. And with the way this recruitment has gone, to get in at the end might be the time that you really want to get hot with Javian Hilson. And he is an explosive, high-motored pass rusher, plays for arguably the best high school football program in the state. He's got the mentality and the intangibles you're looking for along with those tangibles.
All right, Gator fans, how you feeling heading into this big weekend against Ole Miss? A lot of recruiting targets back on campus. Let us know. Comment section below.